I'm in the Botanical Gardens again. I've actually this week managed to create some sort of routine in my life, which is unusual. So that was great last night. So what happened is, I got up super early. Ivor Harris, hello mate. I got up super early, wave at you, and had a bike ride, and that got me in the right lovely mood. And then did a lot of filming and stuff, and managed to get on top of things yesterday. And then had a little nap in the afternoon. It's always nice, isn't it, when you get up super early. And got loads of stuff done, felt really good. Went home, and there's a little backstory to this, which is probably of no interest, but there is a reason I'm doing this. I wanted to learn to do swing dancing, right? Because I've never danced. I used to be a break dancer years ago, but that's more gymnastics, isn't it? Let's face it. So I've always wanted to be able to dance with my girlfriend, like just to do a proper nice dance that isn't kind of like ballroom dancing. Swing dancing really appeals to me. I love the music. I can't do it. I'm really rubbish. So I went to a lesson. There's a video of this on my YouTube channel and my Facebook channel ages ago. I went to a lesson last year and had a really hard time. It wasn't my learning style. I got really frustrated. They were kind of teaching a bit, and then you just start learning it after like 2 minutes, then another bit, and they just pile on the learning. And then I didn't really feel like the teaching was really happening. And anyway, and that kind of fell by the wayside a bit. But I wanted to do it, and Jo found this other class on a Tuesday, and I can do every other Tuesday. And she went once, and she said, "It's great. The guy kind of spends time with you. He kind of sees what you're doing. He actually teaches you. The group's small enough that he can spend time with you." So I was quite nervous because I only went to the other one a few times, and I knew I wouldn't want to go. I knew after yesterday I was going to be knackered, and we went along last night, and what there was, it was a beginner's class, and intermediate class, and straight afterwards a beginner's class. But Jo thought it was the other way around, and she was like, "Oh, right, it's the beginner's class first, so we'll do that, and then I'll do the intermediate, and you can go or hang out or whatever." And I was like, "Great." So I stood there warming up. Doing a little warm-up bit at the beginning, and then he said, right, so this is the intermediate class. And I was like, oh no, I was in the wrong one. It was the wrong way round. So I was in the intermediate. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I said, oh mate, is this not beginners? He went, no, it's intermediate, but give it a go. And I couldn't say no, could I? So there's the first couple of moves I did, and I was sort of in the line doing the thing with everybody, and then people had to go, like the leaders had to stay and the followers had to switch partners. So then the people would start dancing with me, and they were like, knew what they were doing. I was meant to be a leader, and I just didn't have a clue. It was just a shambles. So after a couple of tries, I got the message and just kind of went, you know what, I'll sit out this and I'll come back for the beginners one in half an hour. But the point is, I sat outside, I felt really, it was a really unpleasant feeling. It was like, when you're in a room and you're trying to do something and everybody else can do it and you can't, and this is the stuff I teach with the learning cycle. When you learn anything, it's always going to feel like that. You're always going to feel vulnerable if you're doing something other people can't do. And this is not just a skill, it's also when you go to a new place of work, or you join some sort of community or club and you go in, and if you don't know where everything is, or anything new always feels really weird, really scary, even before you go there. And then you get onto this, you realise that you're incompetent, and you've really got to overcome that. And yesterday, and it's the first time I felt like that for a while, and I felt really, really vulnerable, really frustrated. I felt quite upset, and the first thing, and then I was going to do this blame thing in my head. I was kind of, because Jo got the times wrong. In my head, I was going. And straight away, I sat outside and I tried to come out of that and think logically about it. And actually, it was just obviously it was nobody's fault. It was just a little thing. It didn't matter at all. It was all in my head, this stuff. Nobody gave a shit. And to be able to sort of identify how I was feeling, and then my first reaction was to go. I was going to go home. I was just like, no, I'm going to go home. It's not for me. And I've actually got I wrote my journal outside, and afterwards, the last bit said was something like, I don't really think this is for me. It's just my emotions speaking. Because I felt foolish. I felt shit. So, but then I made myself go in 5 minutes at the end of the intermediate session. I was watching them all, and it made me feel even worse, because I was seeing Jo and I was seeing all these people dance. I was thinking, oh, man, I can't do it. But then a brilliant thing happened, and I properly made myself stay. I was doing the emotional regulation thing. I was doing the stoic thing of practicing. Okay, don't do what comes to mind. Don't go home like a dick. Just sort of stay around and do it. Anyway, then it was the beginner's lesson, and there was no one there for the beginner's lesson other than me and Joe, and we had basically a 1-to-1, 1-to-2 lesson for an hour, and it was fucking brilliant. And it was the first time I've ever been taught this dance, the second time actually, because we had a 1-to-1 lesson ages ago, where the guy kind of really got my ability level. He talked us through it for an hour, and by the end of it, we were having a proper dance. We were having and that's kind of what I wanted to get to, and not just do the moves, but it was brilliant, and the music's great, and I came out there really invigorated and proud of myself for not being a dick and doing what was going to come naturally, taking the path of least resistance, and kind of walk out in a pissy mood. And I wouldn't have been angry, don't get me wrong, but I was just internally. But overcoming that, thinking about it logically, looking at, it's that T model thing I've talked about before, thoughts, emotions and actions. And I'm working completely off emotions, then I go into the thoughts, think about it logically, unpack what's happening, and then go back into it and go, no, you're being a dick. So, and it was it was a really, really good session. And by the way, if you want to learn sort of swing dance, Lindy hop, it's great. This guy started a beginner's class on a Tuesday in the church in Broomhall. I'll put a link somewhere on my Facebook. But it's really quiet, the beginner's one at the moment, and he's the first guy that I've seen he's just a really good teacher, really likeable, really enthusiastic, and knows what he's doing. So have a look at that, because I think it's really good fun, and it'll be a lovely thing to do that doesn't involve getting pissed, which is kind of what I'm looking for at the moment. I suppose you can do it pissed, but but there you go. So there's my little story. Very happy with myself about that. These little things mean a lot to me. It's good, isn't it? So have a lovely day. I'll do another one tomorrow. And if you want to look at my Facebook page, Steve Faulkner, speaker, trainer, coach, and like that would be ever so nice, because one day I think I'll move a lot of this stuff, and I'm already doing different kinds of videos on there. Strictly Come Dancing, yeah, ain't gonna happen, but there you go. But no, I will. My thing is now, by this time, let's say by the end of the summer, I want to be able to do a sort of swing dance to that music without thinking about it, just improvise. That's the thought, by the end of summer, all right? So, yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? All right then, take care everyone. Have a lovely, lovely day.